Two faith leaders moved to San Diego in the 95-96 era. I moved there actually in 95. Another one moved there in 96 who would receive acclaim from the New York Times. His name is Anwar al-Awlaki. He was responsible for more deaths, more harm, more carnage than anybody else that I know of that was ever a religious leader in our community of San Diego. He preached to two individuals and was joined by a third, and they became three of the 19 hijackers on 9/11. Even though he did that horrific action, 1 month later, the New York Times made their acclamation that he was the new generation of leader. In reality, he brought savagery to our community. He brought a staggering amount of pain and suffering and death and injury to which, in some sense, our nation has never recovered from. If you go to a religionofpeace.com, you can track with the number of these kind of acts that are occurring on an ongoing basis. As of this morning, since 9/11, Islamic terrorists have carried out 30,157 deadly attacks. That means somebody's family member has been killed. A family is suffering. I had a brother killed many years ago in a plane crash. We still feel the impact of that. And so what it's introduced is a staggering amount of human suffering. In fact, in the past week, just the past 7 days, 46 attacks done by Islamicists, 299 killed, 453 people injured whose lives will never be the same, 14 suicide bombings in 12 different countries. The purpose of government, wherever the government is one thing: to protect the citizenry. That's right. And so the government is to protect us from this. And as religious leaders, we're to speak out on those things that do harm and damage and produce pain and human suffering. These are not being done by Buddhists. If they were, I would speak out accordingly. These are not being done by Hindus. If they were, I'd speak out accordingly. These are not being done by Sikhs or Jews or Christians. There is one group responsible. And when we see people come together in what's called interfaith dialogue, though the two words sound good when put together, when that defends actions such as these and actions of the Muslim Brotherhood, we are forced as religious leaders, if we have any value to our society, to speak out and call for an end to these kind of things. And anybody who would not stand and call this what it is, Islamic terrorism, and use the phrase, is unworthy to be in government and is unworthy to be called a religious leader.